Like, it can basically amount to he looked at me funny.
Which would be kind of silly to shoot someone for that reason.
Well, people think differently in Texas. Anyway, don't want to anger all of my Texan viewers here. All 2 of them. Or less. Or fewer. It's ironic, the basketball team I root for is from Texas.
Interesting.
Which brings me to another thing that annoys me. ESPN's coverage of the NBA Finals. They cover the series as if there were only one team playing it.
How many teams have played in it?
2. They basically focus all their attention on like the big players from one of the teams. And the other team is just kind of there. The team I'm rooting for.
So let's hope they do well then.
What?
So the team you're rooting for does well then, if they will.
Yeah, the series is a best of 7 series. It's tied 2-2 right now. Although the series may quite possibly be over by the time I post this video. Actually, if I post it next weekend, it will definitely be over. Alright, this is the last series of bandits. First there's one bandit, then there's a pair of them, then there's another pair. So these are the last ones. The lone bandit is pretty easy to catch, it's the pairs that can be tricky.
And I can see why.
Especially if they decide to run off in opposite directions.
Yeah, that would really be annoying when they do that.
So I mentioned that when Yuna is in Warrior Dressphere that all of her motions and stuff are the same as Tidus, but I didn't mention the even more obvious thing, that she uses the Brotherhood sword.
So what's next?
Yes, she does. Which he gets from Waka.
Yeah, well, it was really Waka's brother's sword.
It is Waka who gives to him, correct?
Well, yes, because his brother died.
Yeah.
Alright, so once you've beaten that third group of bandits, that second pair, then that's it.
You've done?
Yep, the cart will continue without further incident.
Good.
Oh, by the way, if the cart's not moving, just run ahead in front of it and it'll start moving again. Assuming that there aren't any thieves in the area.
So no thieves and no bonus zone.
If you're in front of it. If you're behind it, then it won't start going if it's stopped.
Okie dokie.
Alright, here's Mr. We Drink Ritalin.
We drink what?
We Drink Ritalin. It's the name of a silly internet video. I'll show it to you after we finished. I referred to that because he's high on something.
With this, the show is just a step away from smashing success. Please accept this as your reward.
I've heard this voice somewhere before.
Probably. These voice actors tend to, like, the voice acting...
Oh, and take this with you
Shit!
for everything you've
I
done.
knew it did it. My video stopped.
Let me stop.
1:19:43 is where it
It's such a
stopped.
good fuzzy feeling meeting reliable people persons such as yourselves. Yes, sirree.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why YouTube just rebels against the notion of loading the video correctly.
You're very
The
welcome.
entire video.
Just remember, it was the Gullwings that helped you
Because
out.
YouTube likes to do it over and over again. complete.
Alright, so it got lost somewhere in there, but we did get a new Dressphere out of that.
That's good.
It's the Gun Mage Dressphere.
That's interesting.
It's basically Blue Mage.
Ah,
We also got a new garment grid.
2 new things. One that has auto protect.
3 new things, but the other one was... No, wait. The other one was maybe an accessory that we already had.
Ah,
Yeah, the Helios garment grid gives you SOS Protect, and you can use the spell Protect. And if you go through the gate, you get Auto Protect.
that's good.
Actually, my voice is holding up better than usual this time.
Good.
And we're about 8 minutes from the end, so I should last.
It's not like it's going to give way, like, instantly.
unless someone attacks me in a particular way. I'm thinking too much of A Song of Ice and Fire, where people get randomly attacked all the time. Usually by Lannisters, because Lannisters are dickheads. Except Tyrion.
Oh, I've watched the first season of that. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you know what I noticed? So, Stark and Lannister, do those two names remind you of anybody? Like York and Lancaster?
Oh, never noticed that. I should have noticed this.
Okay, now I'm closing the door.
Right,
I should have noticed that because I've said, between them two that we had to war with.
War of the Roses, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fortunately, Riku is riding the shoe puff with us this time rather than attacking us from a machine underwater.
Good Riku. Pet you. The thing of how tall Riku would be if she was a real person, I probably would pet her, because I have a habit of petting people who are shorter than me.
Yeah, Riku is... I think she's supposed to be pretty short. But probably not as short as Selfie. With Selfie, they make a point, they point out how short she is several times. Now I'm showing off the new Dressphere.
Yay, new Dressphere!
Oh.
And he should just get Selfie just to get angry like a certain albums.
Huh?
Have you ever heard of Full Alchemist?
No, but I'm going to close the window now because people are being loud. Which means it's going to get very hot in here.
Allow me to lighten
We
your
don't
load.
have long, so you can reopen them soon.
Well, I can open the door. I closed the door because the phone was ringing.
And well, I didn't hear it, so... But then again, you'd probably be able to make it walk.
Anyway, I didn't realize that Riku wasn't already in her new Dressphere at the beginning of this battle, because actually the colors she wears are very similar,
Use one of your
and the general areas of coverage.
I'll use it right back.
From a distance, oh wait, actually that skirt is a lot
I know all about it.
gaudier. Okay, so no, it doesn't really look the same. So yeah, one thing you can do as a gun mage is use scan. Another thing is you get these Fiend Hunter abilities, which basically means a standard attack that does 4 times damage to a particular type of fiend.
That's interesting.
But the real reason, the key feature of the gun mage, is that certain attacks that enemies do, you can learn them when they hit you.
Of course, like they do in most of the Final Fantasy games.
Like Quistis, or Quistis, really. Like Quistis and Kina and
I think
Kimari.
I think Kina is slightly different in that. You've actually got to eat the enemy.
Yes, well, Kistis isn't the same either because you use items that the enemies drop.
I don't know, I think they're that different in each game.
But Kimari is pretty standard though. He does have to get hit. So their names all start with the key sound. I just realized that.
Interested?
This'll only take
There's
2
lots
rounds.
of
Give me 1.
There's that before. Till now.
Anyway,
Thought about it.
I didn't plan this, but we get to see the Gun Mage's special ability right now.
Oh, she learns some sword.
Yes, that's the easiest one to learn because there are a lot of enemies who use it. And then there's one ability that's a complete pain in the ass to learn, because there's only one enemy that teaches it. And it's an insanely powerful enemy. And the attack will probably TPK you.
That does not sound good at all.
Yeah, plus he doesn't use the attack very often. And it's an enemy that, if you weren't trying to get this ability, you would basically want to kill it as quickly as possible.
It sounds like a powerhouse.
Yes. You will not meet this enemy for a long time. There are also a couple of abilities that are annoying to learn because you have to confuse the enemy before it will use them on you.
That's not annoying.
Like White Wind and Mighty Guard are non-attack abilities. So,
Yeah, confused with that beyond for them to do that.
I think you can learn at least one of those two in this chapter, if not both.
I suppose we'll have to soon find out.
Guadosalam. Home
Yeah,
of the Guado.
at least
You
I think
remember,
there's
right?
you can learn one of them in
But
Makalania
the
Woods, and
Guado
that's
are no
not too
longer
far
here.
from here.
Some people think they deserved all that happened for what they did to Spira.
So the Guado
They
are
have
no
a
longer in Guadosalam.
But it seems
'Cause a
like
lot of
such
people are
sad
pissed
way to
off at
look
them.
things.
Why? Looking at what happened in the last game.
Well, blaming the many for the sins of the few. Certainly Seymour was a complete dick. The people who followed him were also, but I don't think all the Guado were evil. Oh, and look! The mansion where Seymour used to live is now the LeBlanc Syndicate's headquarters.
It's basically had a bit of a downgrade.
What do you mean a bit of a downgrade?
Or being like a really important person's house to just someone's hideout.
I'm pretty sure you don't call it a hideout if it's right in the open.
Well, where do you stay
The
there?
Farplane,
Wherever
a
you
place that
call
unites
it.
the living with their memory of the dead. I've thought about going in so many times, hoping that I might see you there. But I never have. I think I probably never will.
I wonder who she's talking about.
It's not supposed to be ambiguous. She's telling the whole story to Titus.
I know, I'm just been making comments. People
Yeah.
who aren't really paying
I was
attention.
really hoping that it would show 15% when I saved here, but it was only 14, which may not mean that I'm screwed. I'm not sure. Anyway, Thinker2112 and
AnniexoHoshi?
over and out. Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.